You need to just fucking go get a different hobby because you're a huge loser.
Welcome to Let's Roll, the podcast where every week we play a tabletop role-playing game with our guests and get to know their life story through this story. In this episode, we're joined by a comedian who's not only a smarty pants, she's game-changing, has 20 dimensions, and is a consummate dropout and a sassy auntie. It's Rekha Shankar!
Oh my god, Paul, a sassy shout-out? Oh.
Our researches are thorough.
I see that now.
You've played, I believe, several. I wouldn't want to count how many you've done, but you've played several TTRPGs as part of the Dropout cinematic universe. What's your favourite one that you've played through Dropout?
Through Dropout, my favorite one has to be the 7, which was kind of a side quest to Fantasy High. It was basically these 7 minor characters from one of the Fantasy High seasons called the 7 Maidens. They had not had fleshed out personalities or anything like that. And Brennan was like, let's make a universe for them as these like teenage girls at Eggfort Academy. And it was so fun because it was just like playing teen girls, but they all have weird powers and weird wants and live in a weird world. And it was like the first in-person pandemic season for me.
Right.
So we were all just kind of giddy, I think, to be in person. It was just really incredible energy. I highly recommend watching it. And Katja Cleaver was the character I played. She was kind of a dumb horse girl with a heart of gold. And that was such a fun character for me.
That's great. It's very much, I always think of it as the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern of Dead of Fantasy High.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is what we're playing today is, I don't know if you're aware of this, it's a lovely little micro RPG called Roll for Shoes.
I do know Roll for Shoes because of Griffin McElroy.
Yes! Knowing we both have friends with the same surname. This was recommended to me by Travis McElroy, brother of Griffin McElroy.
Allegedly, yes.
So usually at this point I'd say, well, tell me about your character. But in Roll for Shoes, you don't necessarily know anything about your character at the beginning.
Yes.
You begin, I think, with one skill, which is do anything 1. And if you roll all 6s on any given roll, you evolve a new skill as we go. So I'm hoping to lean into both of our respective improv backgrounds pretty hard.
Oh, we're gonna have to, Paul.
I've prepared some stuff, and the word "some" is doing a fair amount of heavy lifting there. If proof be need be that we're ready to go.
Yes.
That's not a phrase. So,
I honestly was like, whoa, very British.
I know. You'd
British.
be amazed. I've just been to the US. You'd be amazed what I can get away with if I say it with this accent and any degree of confidence.
Listen, and let me tell you, you don't even need an accent. You just need to sound confident and yell, and you can get a lot done here.
It'd be ludicrous if somebody hadn't explained what we'll be getting up to today, but that's where it gets tricky because your character won't know either. The only way to know is by playing, and the only way to play is to start. Are you ready?
Ready. Let's roll.
In the grand tradition of super great and very original storytelling beats, we begin with you waking up, catching your breath, with no idea of where you are or who you are. You're in a small room, about 20 by 20 foot, with a slightly cushioned dark grey floor and softly glowing walls. There's a mirror fixed on one wall, and 2 doors on the wall at 90 degrees to that. You know what walls are, you remember the words for ceiling and things like echolocation, Democrat and ice cream, but you have no immediate memory of your identity. You have a grey wristband on your left wrist, and there's a backpack lying on the floor next to you.
I'm going to look through the backpack.
Okay, as you move to open the backpack, instead of opening it, a sort of flat plane of a menu appears directly in front of the backpack. At the top of the little chart, it simply says Margaret Skip, Inventory. It contains a Ventureverse keycard in a reassuring red hue, an ice pick in capital letters, and an advert for Audible that you cannot delete.
Ugh, I can't, even if I try.
Yep.
Ugh, I might as well buy it.
Okay, you click on the Audible advert and subscribe. You have 3 free audiobook credits. I'm going to add that to your inventory.
Okay. I see that I have 3 free credits, but it's one of those annoying things where nothing good costs 3 credits. It's
Yep.
like everything is like 6 and above unless you get like the dollar erotica or the dollar horror book.
Precisely. Like for 2 credits, you can get like a B. Arthur biography written inexplicably by like the Algonquin Round Table. That doesn't even make canonical sense. Like there's also
Incredible.
like Ben Shapiro, My Struggles with Shouting. Like it's not good stuff.
Yeah, they pay me to get that one. They'll give me a credit if I get that one.
Yes.
Okay, so I decided I can't really get an audiobook right now, but does the name Margaret Skip jog anything for me as I look at that? I see it says Margaret Skip inventory.
It feels gently familiar. Saying Margaret Skip out loud feels like putting on an old comfortable jacket.
Ooh, Margaret Skip. Okay. Does this key card... I pick up the key card.
Yep. So instead, it's sort of just as you tap it and it manifests in your hand.
Oh, great.
With like a sort of ripple of blue pixelation.
Okay, and does that feel like anything in my hand? Does that feel familiar?
Yeah, there is a sense of familiarity. There's a little muscle memory to this.
Okay. So if I know what doors are, which you have confirmed...
Correct.
I think I would like to try, I'm definitely like feeling around. This is cushioned. That is kind of strange to me immediately. I'm noticing the gray band. My first thought is, am I in some sort of like laser tag environment, like an amusement park thing where you get to like rent a room in like a big thing and you get like, this is the anti-gravity room. This is the laser tag room. She remembers what laser tag is.
Yeah.
That's canon.
Yes. I'm adding that to the list.
So she takes the key card and approaches the closest door to see if it can interact with it.
Oh, that triggers something. That's fun. Okay, as you approach the doors, a couple of things. One, you pass the mirror.
Yes.
And that's on your right-hand side. Out of the corner of your eye, you see a heavily pixelated reflection of you.
Yeah.
With like a little bit of static. It's like the mirror is on the fritz. And as you approach the doors, you can see the 2 doors both have little glowing symbols on them. One door has a big glowing 1, and the other door has a big glowing letter A.
Oh, no.
As you get near the doors, a figure manifests in the room, again in a burst of very specifically light blue pixelation, just like the stuff from your backpack. The figure that appears is a little goblin with a huge butt.
Whoa.
Who addresses you. Behold! I am a goblin! Margaret, I don't know if you can hear me because I cannot hear or see you, but I'm going to make some guesses as to what you're saying and then respond to that on the count of being dead smart. I'm a goblin. Just to be clear, I'm a goblin. There was a wild data surge when you breached the system, and everything's gone super weird. The safety protocols, for one, they're glitching out, so do be careful. And the master control program seems to have split into 3 distinct avatars. So, probably, deal with that. I'm a goblin. Oh, God! Also, I'm a goblin. The anomaly is still active within the system, but most of the users have been kicked to protect them, but there's still one of the users logged in, and she's a kid. And with the safety protocols off, if she runs into the anomaly, she'll be in loads of danger. I'm a goblin.
Oh, my God. I have to get to an anomaly because I know what a kid is, and a kid is a small version of me, and that sounds scary. Okay.
Very scary. Again, everything I'm saying is a lucky guess. I cannot hear or see you.
How do I access the anomaly, or how do I get to where that kid is going?
Weird question, but I guess it's cool. The Peregrine Falcon can reach speeds of 186 miles an hour, but only when diving. I'm a goblin.
Peregrine Falcon. Okay. I want to try the keycard to get out of this room.
Sure. You sort of walk through the goblin avatar.
Yeah.
It's like every sci-fi shtick or sitcom bit where there's a ghost or a hologram character. Like, it warps the image. As you walk through it, the goblin just goes, and don't forget, you'll have to get past the gatekeeper, but you can always... And as you walk through it, the signal interrupts. And it dissipates.
Perfect.
Do you want to go to door 1 or door A?
Can I, roll a do anything? I want to see if I have, like, any connection to either one of these doors.
Oh, sure.
Just, like, vibes or muscle memory.
Go ahead. Give me a do anything roll.
I got 5.
I got a 3. Okay, here's how this manifests. You've got the card in one hand, and instinctively, you're not quite sure why you do this. You sort of raise your left hand up to kind of see if your muscle memory leads you to one or other doors, and what you see is the little grey wristband you've got. As your left hand goes towards the door on the left, door 1, there's like a little green light pings up on the wristband. Just out of the grey. There's no screen or anything. It's just like an LED under the surface. Oh,
Okay,
I need to
great.
roll for something. Hang on one moment.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yep. Let me know how you react to the wristband, and I'll describe the next thing.
I'm so excited because this is information. I'm going to approach door 1.
Okay, you approach door 1. As you do, a little panel slides up on the side of the door, and it's just like an RFID thing to tap the keycard on. Just before you do that, there's a low rumbling from the room behind you, and it's as if something has impacted the wall immediately behind the doors. And what you turn around and look at that, and you see a ripple of dark red pixelation erupting out from the centre of the wall, leaving behind it the same wall, but as if it's been aged by 100 years. It is cracked. The paint peels off, little chips of tile or what have you fall apart, pixels evaporate into the air, and you see there's gaps in the wall, and there's like red pixelated weed starting to grow through.
This is the worst laser tag place I've ever been in. Okay. So if I'm understanding correctly, this room is like fake and is surrounded by like a larger, uglier room.
That's a legitimate conclusion. Do you want to tap the door lock?
Yeah, I would like to tap the door.
Okay, you tap the door with a satisfying Star Trek swoosh. The door opens, revealing to you either a tiny corridor with another door at the end or a little lift. Sorry, elevator.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So you step in, and the door behind you closes, lights softly come up in the lift, and the walls are screens with like corporate logo and iconography on them. And what's cycling round, and you hear a little reassure is a corporate logo, 2 stylized V's, and you hear a little voice being like,
"Welcome to Ventureverse, where we help build a better you."
And then this little soft sort of muzak, generic, licensable corporate music, which we cannot be sued for.
No.
And then you're in the lift for a little while, like longer than you would think is necessary for a lift. Would you make a do anything check, just to see if you have a little realization? Oh, good God.
3.
Yeah. As you're in the lift, you have enough time for your mind to wander, and you're reminded of, in video game releases, often long lift journeys are used to cover load times. And this feels like that.
Okay.
And you have a moment of just going, lazy programming. Wait, that was my thought. There's a soft ding, and the door ahead of you opens. This time with an entirely different swishing noise. Before we open the second door, this is a good time to segue into some questions about you and your life. You're an improviser.
Yes.
This is known. What's your process or your foundations for building a character for a role-playing game? And does that relate to how you would build a character in improv?
So for role-playing, I tend to take a lot of creativity in the first few like minutes or whatever a session of the game, and like really let my mind wander until I land on something, and then I beat that to death, and I take that for the whole game.
Right.
So like the main character I think of when I think of improv and running with something is Katja Cleaver from the 7, where I did like a session -1 with Brennan Lee Mulligan, who hosts Dimension 20, and he gave me information about all the 7 maidens from the Fantasy High campaign and what was canonized and what could be up to interpretation. I have it, actually. This is my notebook I've used since doing Escape from the Bloodkeep. So every one of my campaigns is in here.
Right.
And for Katya, all he said was preppy horse girl. I heard that and went, I don't know how to play preppy, but I can play horse girl. So what if it's this rich girl who by all means dresses, like a rich girl, but she's like just obsessed with horses in the most like psycho way. And I made her entire personality just being a horse girl. And that was very fun to me over being like preppy or rich.
Nice.
And then the horses became a thing that was like, oh, even though she's rich, the horses are like her family because her family is like a little bit neglectful. So like the story came from the big swing I made up top. I didn't have that before I decided to glom on to horses.
So to your mind, because you're UCB trained?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I have a Second City background. But
oh, cool.
One of the things we talk about in that is when improvising, you kind of begin the scene, you're looking for the first unusual thing, which to then paraphrase what you said, which you then beat to death.
Yes.
Which of those processes came first? Do you think that approach to character building in role-playing games came through your improv background? Or
I do, because there was a phrase I learned in 101 that was like, look in your rearview mirror. Like, what have you already established about this person, even just in the first couple lines of a scene, and run with that. So like when Brennan showed me these like very bare bones descriptions of this character, I was like, rearview mirror, she's a horse girl. Go backwards. Like, what made her a horse girl? And that's sort of how I did that. And I totally love to do that in improv, where like I give myself a big choice and then I have to justify myself out of it, because the brain will do a lot to make something make sense on stage. So it's kind of fun to give yourself that challenge.
Yeah. If you had like one bit of bullet point improv advice you would give to people playing role-playing games that they could bring to their games to like liven themselves up, what would that be?
I would say, if this is true, what else is true? Which is like, makes me sound like a UCB sycophant, but like, I do think it's really helpful and a really fun exercise to go make a choice, right? Like an improv coach of mine said, there's no right choice. There's just a choice that's been made. So make a choice. And then if that's true, what else is true?
Right.
So like, for instance, in the campaign of Mice and Murder, that was the hardest campaign I've ever done, because I hate playing smart characters. I don't know how to do it. When your character is like smarter than you, too difficult. And I was also rolling like shit. So I wasn't even getting information that would help the character. So it's like, I cannot change that I'm rolling like shit. I'm getting no information. So I'm like, if that is true, what else is true? And it's like, the low dice rolls mean I, Rekha, don't have information. And it means Daisy doesn't have information. Why doesn't she have information? But she's supposed to be smart. Maybe she's off her game because she's around the love of her life. And that's where that story came from.
Yeah, that's great. So, you step out of the lift into what appears to be a pleasantly designed, very anodyne corporate foyer. Generic houseplants are sticking. There are cheese plants. There's big leaf things with the holes in them. Dot the foyer. There's a couple of couches and waiting areas, and there's a front desk with this double V logo and Ventureverse written beneath it. Behind the front desk is a obviously two-dimensional hologram or simulacra of a receptionist who doesn't so much look up as is just like in neutral as you walk in, and then animates with
Greetings, user not recognized. Welcome to Ventureverse, where we help build a better you. This avatar is currently not staffed, but the subroutines are ready and willing to help. How can we assist you this day?
Oh, not staffed. Okay. I'm going to make a big swing and be like, hi, yes, I think my daughter is running around here, and I lost track of her. And I just wanted to know, have you seen a little kid running around?
Would you make a do anything check to see if you can bluff the computer?
2.
1.
You're rolling like shit.
I'm gonna use a different die from here on out. This one, destroy this dice. The avatar, it's not like animated so much as you know those YouTube videos where someone's got like 3 cartoons of themselves and they're just like frozen at a pose and then they frozen in like shocked pose. It's like that.
It's Mr. Beast.
It's exactly, the avatar is Mr. Beast.
I do remember who Mr. Beast is.
Yes,
that in my canon.
That's it. You suddenly realise you know who Mr. Beast is, and this avatar is in the style of Mr. Beast. At which point,
certainly. We can help you find your daughter. Or would you rather look for your daughter and win $1 billion? God.
I privately make a bunch of assessments about how he's just not good for the internet. And I go, yes, I would like to find my daughter.
Are you sure?
And as he does that, a screen behind him drops down and just shows you it's a drone camera panning around a pile of loose dollar bills.
Yeah. Man, I'm sure.
The screen just disappears in a sort of poof of blue pixels. Having refused the offer to gamble money or a child, which, I don't know, seems moral on your part.
Thank you.
It's not like it looks down at a keyboard. It just sort of pauses for a second and goes,
the only operator currently in the system is a young lady by the name of Nicola. Could that be your daughter?
Does that name sound familiar to me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
I go, oh my God, yes, my daughter. Yes. Where is she at?
Your daughter's currently engaged in a simulation designed to
pauses for a second.
Assist her with self-assuredness and boundary setting. One of our basic confidence builders.
Oh, well, she has soccer practice now, so I would love, I goofed. I accidentally put her in the confidence building simulation at the wrong time. She's supposed to do that much later, so I would love to just grab her if you could tell me which direction I could find her.
Certainly, you'll be able to find your daughter by progressing through door A.
And then
Door
behind
A.
him, either side, door 1 and door A have manifested again.
Oh my god. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time. I walk toward door A.
Excellent.
And actually, question for you. If I'm again in this room where 1 and A are near me,
Yeah.
my backpack is not around, right? I didn't take it with me.
Actually, no, you did. As
Okay,
you left
that
the other
rocks.
room, your backpack is on... You realise your backpack is now on your back.
That rocks. Backpack girls unite. We do it instinctively. We don't even know. Awesome.
Yeah.
I know I'm a backpack girl. Add that to your list. I know canonically.
Yep.
I'm a backpack girl.
It's both straps. You're not a cash. You're not a casual.
I'm not casual about it. I'm very serious. Okay. I approach door A.
As you approach the door, the wristband on your left wrist, again, the little green LED, that lights up, and instinctively, you tap it. And what it does is present another little menu. It is your character sheet. Currently, there's not really much information in there, except it says at the top, Margaret Skip, and then the rest of the stats are blank, except that it says it's in debug mode. Would you like to attempt to edit your character sheet?
Oh my god, yes!
Okay, what would you like to add?
Well, obviously proficiency in laser tag, backpacks, what else? Beastables. And then in terms of actual things, I would like to have some sort of coding or simulation knowledge, or
Okay.
to at least try to see what my knowledge would be.
Sure, give me a do anything roll.
6!
1. I used the stupid dice! It's so pretty!
Bye.
Okay, so...
You can't use pretty dice. You have to use your ugliest dice. The worst die for me are like these things.
These are not my dice. These are Cary's dice. And I, in the nicest possible say, I loathe this.
So funny.
You're now proficient in laser tag, backpacks, and beastables. And as
Thank
you
you.
step into the next door, you see a corridor stretching out before you. This seems like a reasonably good time to dive into. Earlier on, you made a statement, which I agree with. Mr. Beast is not great for YouTube. Discuss.
So I'll be honest. I don't really have a full understanding of who he is or what he does. Because if you look him up, it's like he's a philanthropist on YouTube. I'm like, that's not what he does. I mean, he just like anybody else, he's like a super capitalist, weird, apolitical or conservative probably man on YouTube or boy that just makes money and will do whatever he can to make money, and it doesn't matter. I think that YouTube was this cool place where you could put up comedy and people all over the world could see it. And it was kind of this like junior college before getting to really do comedy for money. And that it doesn't exist in the same way anymore because of people like him, because of the insatiable, I don't want to say because of TikTok, but the vibe around apps like that, that's insatiable and doesn't actually care if something is funny. It just cares if you post.
Yeah.
And I think that stinks because I don't know if I was like 21, how I would try to come up in comedy where these are my options. I think you can absolutely make really funny TikToks, and I've absolutely seen that, but it's so oversaturated and it doesn't matter if it's good because an algorithm might bury you.
Yes. The relationship between, I don't know, the funniest content doesn't necessarily connect with the audience for the funniest content.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
My feeling on this was the internet used to have a level of meritocracy to it.
A little bit.
Like, never perfect, because people were involved, but generally the
Yes.
funny stuff would rise.
Yes.
And you'd eventually make your way to it. And now that seems to not be the case. I keep discovering
Yes.
really obscure stuff that's hilarious and should have huge audiences.
Exactly. I don't have like a TikTok proclivity. I just like, I can watch like 3 videos and be like, I'm done. I don't scroll on it a lot.
Yeah. I don't have TikTok. I'm a 45-year-old man. That would be a red flag.
You're not allowed legally.
No.
But like, I will get fed stuff that I'm like, this isn't even my taste. This is just like coming up in the algorithm of like, the ones that drive me nuts are like, it'll be a video. It's like these are two twins. Can you believe which one works out and which one doesn't? And they look the same. And I realized that the purpose of the video is to make me confused. Because then I read all the comments and they're like, they both work out. What the hell is this video? Or it'll be stupid stuff like that that's not actually supposed to make any sense. Or to be like, wow, never knew this hack.
Yeah.
And it's someone holding a dice and you're like, what do you mean? What's the hack? And you look and that's the purpose of it.
Yeah. The hack is hands.
Yeah, like, it's just supposed to confuse you. I'm like, why am I getting all these? I fucking hate this shit.
Yeah.
But this is just supposed to get views.
There's part of me that goes, oh, good, we're going back to Dadaism. I'm kind of here for that.
It is a little funny. Yeah.
I don't like that it's hyper-capitalist Dadaism.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of hyper-capitalist Dadaism, let's get back to this weird corporate dystopia. You step into this corridor, it's softly lit with reassuring blue light from, like, hidden sconces. And as you step in and the door closes behind you, there is a ripple of red light on one side of the wall. And you see this sort of red pixelization spread across the wall. And before you can do anything about it, you are clipping through the floor and out of bounds on this level.
So am I falling?
You fall about 6 feet and you're now under the floor. But just like that glitch in Skyrim where there's several places you can just get under the map, you're like looking up through the floor at this box room you're in. But you have, and I can't tell you how well-timed this was for the very limited amount of planning I've done. There is, behind you, under roughly where the other room would have been with the concierge, you can see a stylized treasure chest.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do I feel safe and secure? Am I basically kind of like monkey barsing on the ceiling of this like sub room?
No, you're sort of like, as you bet your intent is to move, like to walk towards the treasure chest, and you're walking, not on anything, but you are walking and making progress.
Okay, cool. I'll walk towards the treasure chest and I will see if my key card or anything on me opens it.
Your little wristband, that green light comes up, much brighter than before, and you push that nearer the lock. And the treasure chest opens like a mouth. It's toothed, and it smells the wristband. All the teeth recede, and the treasure chest opens, and it is a normal treasure chest. Inside is, and good luck envisioning this, a sword made of facts. It's a hilt that you grab, and the blade is made out of well-researched and referenced Wikipedia articles.
Okay, I want to start asking it questions, meaning I want to see if Paul can answer my questions.
Sure.
How many squirrels are there in the whole world?
The sword simply responds,
Tens of billions of squirrels.
Oh my god.
Thank you for using Occam's razor.
Who determines the feels like temperature on my weather app?
The feels like temperature is determined by the combined effective temperature, air pressure, wind speed, and temperature on the human body, but is ultimately decided by Becky Manton from ITV News.
I hate her! Wow, I trust this sword. Is there anything else in the chest?
There is. There's a scroll, which you pick up. It unfurls in front of you. It is a recipe for a healing potion, but the healing potion begins, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It was average times. And then it's it's like 90% of War and Peace, then the recipe, and then the rest of War and Peace.
I hate when they bury the recipe in this, like, personal story. It's so boring. Oh, my God.
But the implication is that this was Charles Dickens' recipe.
Charles Dickens and, hold on.
Oh, my God, I mean Dostoevsky.
No,
I can't believe I just did that.
No, Tolstoy.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Don't think about it. You started with The Tale of Two Cities, and then we went to War and Peace. And that's funny.
It is. It's Charles Dickens' War and Peace.
A Dickensian War and Peace.
A Dickensian War and Peace. And as you scan down, there's elements of Star Wars in there?
Star War and Peace, yeah. Oh my god. Horrible. Wow. The most grim story with like a blueberry muffin recipe or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Incredible. A healing potion. Blueberry muffin, whatever.
So yes. So having emptied the chest out, having obtained a sword made of pure fact, or at least consensus fact, it is Wikipedia, you look around and you can see in the sort of bleak, inky blackness of this space, you can still see the room above you. You can see a number of other like lit, boxed out environments in the middle distance and nearby. But you have a hacking skill, and this game is loose as all hell when it comes to restrictions. What's up with that?
I would like to see if I can, through my hacking skill, determine what direction Nicola might be in.
Okay. You're rolling 2 dice for hacking.
Okay.
Let's see how that goes.
10.
3.
Hell yeah. Your dice suck.
You tap your wrist, bring up a little console, and run in just a basic search for username Nicola, and you pinpoint. She is in an instance, 1 server over. So you're going to have to you just need to get from this server to the next server. That will mean you need to get through at least one of the gatekeeper spaces with the master control programs.
Okay.
But you can see where that is, and with the hacking roll, I'll let you just apport to the door of that space.
I would like to do that.
What sound effect would you like your teleportation to make?
Give me like a jazzy kind of like a bass, like a yeah.
Cool. You get a jazzy like Sidney Bechet bass line as you appear in a stylized, almost cartoon forest. It's lower res than the rest of the spaces you've been. You're on a forest path. It's very railroady, in that there's just not a lot. The forest is one of those things, like if you try and go into the forest, there are spaces between the trees, but your character can't fit between the gaps.
Ugh! Like on The Sims, when I'm like, you should be able to go here.
And that's actually that's weirdly the aesthetic I have in my mind for this segment.
Then I do Control Shift C.
Yep. A window appears, a little text panel appears at the top of your field of vision.
Okay, I do move objects _on.
Yep.
And I move the trees because I can move objects. You can delete your mailbox when you do that.
Yep.
To create a path.
Great. You start moving trees out of the way, just leaving them hovering in midair. You glitch your way, ignoring this incredibly long-winded, winding mountain path. Just deleting trees. And you make your way to the top of the mountain, where there are a couple of caves. One is labelled 1, one is labelled A.
Stop!
And in front of the cave, 3 characters manifest, just sort of loading in. They all have beards. They're all gentlemen. One has a beard, he's bald. One has very long hair, and one has longish hair with shaved sides and spectacles. And the bald one goes,
All right then, here's what's happening. One of these lads lies, the other one always tells the truth. And you know the bit, right? Yeah, it's the puzzle bit from Labyrinth. Yep, we're doing that bit. But we need the third one to explain it. Otherwise, the one who's explaining is the one telling the truth.
The first one, the guy with the glasses goes,
Yup, I agree.
and then the second one without the glasses goes,
Germany's primary export is beanie babies.
and the other two just slowly turn to look at him. The first one goes like,
Oh, all right. Is that how we're doing lies?
I'm going to go up to the one, the Beanie Baby guy,
yep.
and say, tell me why you think your cave is safe. And I know I have my fax sword and with me, so I maybe I can check him
Yeah.
with my fax sword.
Your question was, tell me why you think your cave is safe.
Sorry, tell me why it is safe. I don't care what you think. Give me facts.
He looks at you. He looks slightly panicked at the other two guys and just,
Cryptocurrency seems like a legitimate investment.
Oh, God, you're so crazy. Okay, I walk away from him.
yep.
And I go to the guy with the glasses.
Yeah.
Tell me why your cave is safe.
That one goes to a trap. This one's fine.
Great. I'm going to believe you.
The other guy just goes,
I don't know why he's lying like this. The lies are supposed to be in context.
I want to ask the Beanie Baby one and go, how many squirrels are there?
4. They live in the moon.
In it?
In it, yeah. It's their house.
It's their house?
Guys, I think I'm doing really good at this.
I go to the cave that the guy with the glasses, who's clearly telling the truth, is in front of.
yep. You wander through. What happens is you step into the cave and you can see like bioluminescent fungus and little crystals and stuff. And as you step past the cave thresholds, everything stretches. You're sort of whooshed incredible speeds through the internet. And as you're doing that, a reasonable time to ask this question is now. You have your own clear and very fun comedic style, but you've been able to lend your writing skills to a lot of other folks. When you're writing, how do you adapt to other people's voices, other people's styles of comedy? So you've written for Auntie Donna, you've written for Andy Samberg, and many other people. What are the challenges for that versus writing in your own voice?
I think There's something a little, honestly, easier about writing for other people if you are perhaps a bit of a people pleaser, because your brain will do anything to make it fit. When I write for Digman, which is Andy Samberg and Neil Campbell's show, I love to pitch kind of with abandon. And then I get to look through those and pick which is the funniest. You get less attached because you're not trying to emulate your own voice. You're like, no, I'm serving a different master here. Which of these feels like the most their voice? So there's something kind of fun in that, especially as a people pleaser. When you write for yourself, there's like a riddle you're trying to solve where you're like, I need to write my voice. And it's like, well, isn't anything I write inherently my voice? And it's like, no, apparently not. Sometimes you write stuff and people are like, oh, that was good. And sometimes you write something and people go, that's really your voice. I'm like, what did I do that's different? You're like trying to, it makes you very self-conscious.
Yeah, you saying this is, I've just had a weird realization, but it's tethered, it's awoken something within me. It's made me realize a thing, which is this. I'm doing a lot of writing for a company right now that's so heavily NDA'd. But
yes.
When you say you're writing for somebody else, there's clearer parameters. Do you find, it's not diagnosed, but it's there. And I find if I'm writing for me, I'm like, well, I'm my boss. I set the parameters. But oh no, I don't feel confident in doing that for me. I love it when somebody else goes, here's the boundaries.
Yes.
Like at the top of the scene when someone goes, you're this character, let's go.
Sure. I too thrive with boundaries because part of what I love about improv is making two disparate things work. Like, I think I said that a few times in my answers today where it's just like, I love the challenge of like, here's a choice that's made, make it work. There's something really fun about that because I think I spent so long in college trying to do stuff for low budget, trying to do stuff with really minimal resources. And I got a little bit of like a kick out of that.
Yeah.
And so sometimes when it's like, you have everything in the world at your disposal, you're like, but I don't know what to choose, when writing a joke for myself and I don't set parameters. So yeah, I really thrive on parameters.
Cool. That's good to know. Commonality. I like it.
Yes.
We've got to barrel along. This cool space age effect, which would look great if this was in a visual format, but it would cost money to make. It isn't. Imagine it, audience. Use your minds. You suddenly stop. All momentum ends, and you are overlooking this elaborate simulated environment, this sort of cool fantasy canyon. And they put from the previous Sims location that looked real cheap. They put the money here. This is like, it's stylized. It's not like picture. It's not photograph accurate. It's stylized, but it's really cool and super detailed. And you are in debug mode, and you can see this simulation belongs to Nicola Skip, aged 11, and it's been designed to help her build her confidence and overcome her anxieties around voicing her needs and setting boundaries. You can also see that the simulation is currently being corrupted by the same red rippling pixels that damaged the rooms you were in before and have started to corrupt a few other things in the organization. Currently, you can see on this debug mode, you can see below, Nicola, her character, is a 9-foot-tall barbarian orc with enormous fists made of stone. And it's marching towards the lair of a dragon. She's getting towards the end of her little quest marker. And you can hear her. She's just muttering to herself, I'm brave and strong. Brave and strong. I can do this. I'm brave and strong. But you can also see in the code that this red ripple of pixels has gone through, and it's going to reflect any damage she does to anything back on her. Anything she tries is going to fail.
Yes. I don't want her to see me because I want her to maintain her confidence as an independent little girl.
Yeah. You're sort of hovering above this situation. So unless you draw attention to yourself, she's not going to see you.
Okay. I do want to somehow delete that red code or eliminate that infiltrating code.
Yep. You start typing away in your little sort of holographic interface thing. Mm-hmm. And you can see she's marching, the avatar of her is marching towards the avatar of this dragon. And you clock above the dragon's head, there's a username. And hovering above the dragon at about the same height you are, also in debug mode, is another user, surrounded in a red glow with pixels surrounding them. And like, I don't want to say veins, but like a little like connection of these red pixels from the dragon to this dude, slowly pulsing energy out of the dragon up into him. As you look up and see them, they see you at the same time, as they bring their wrist up and start rapidly typing code. You are in a hack-off with the guy controlling the dragon. The username is, it's hashtag DragonMattB. Give me a hacking check, please.
I can't believe it's Matthew Bomer or Bomber.
Yep.
The American actor. Okay, wait. Do I have 2 die for this?
You do have 2 die for this.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not going to use these awful cursed dice anymore. I'm changing my dice up.
Okay. I rolled 5.
4.
Hooray.
So, first things first. You rewrite the code around this little kid's damage stats. Not only rewriting it to be what it was originally, but you boost the damage, effectively giving her, like, in D&D it would be like braces of giant strength. You, like, add that boost in.
And in Space Jam, it's the water that is special water, but then she realizes it was just water.
It's very specifically, you give her Space Jam water.
Okay, Rosebud _ Space Jam water.
Yep.
Semicolon, space, semicolon.
And it appears on her giant orc character as a Space Jam branded backpack with a water bottle in the side. Your erstwhile colleague, however, then types some more stuff into his thing and produces in his arm, on his right hand, a laser tag gun. And you look down and realize forming on your torso is a laser tag target jacket.
Unbelievable.
You also have on your back a laser tag gun, because you can't have one without the other. They're connected. That's how it works. He's going to... would you roll me 2d6 and let me know what you get, please?
Yes. Oop, one foul. We don't count that one. Okay, I got a 7.
Oh, cool. I finally rolled well. I got a 9. He just shoots a laser straight across, hits you right in the chest. The laser tag jacket buzzes, and one of the 3 lights on top of it goes out.
Yeah.
The little girl is now running up to the dragon. She's just now going, I am brave and strong! Really excitedly, and jumps really high and just shouts, gets too excited and goes, Super Punch! And starts bringing her fist down on the dragon like a cool anime character. Your move.
Yeah. I'm going to punch back. Laser back.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Matt B.
Yep.
Okay. 2d6 for me?
Yep.
Okay, that's a 7.
Snake eyes. Or at least it would be if these dice had dots. I just like saying snake eyes. You flip your laser tag gun to semi-auto and just hold the trigger down and hose this dude down. Boom, shot to the chest. Boom, shot to the chest. Boom, shot to the chest. Screw it, you just keep shooting him. Like the bigger kids at laser tag.
Heck yeah. Oh, man, I love that.
And all the while doing it, you are propelling yourself forwards using other hacking technology. You get up to this guy, and with a roll that good, or in my case, a roll that bad, you just, smash his hand away from his little wrist console, and hold his hand up, and he's like...
I almost had it, Margaret!
And as you look down, you see this kid just bring her hand down on the dragon's head, and exactly like jumping on a Goomba in Mario, this huge dragon just, gets compressed to about 3 inches high, and then turns into a coin.
Incredible.
And you can just see this little girl, seemingly surprised at the amount of strength she was able to muster, doing a little celebratory dance and shouting, I did it! I did it! I knew I could do it! And clapping her hands. And then the end game process is playing. She's achieved, an achievement is being unlocked. But you have this guy by the wrist.
It's not enough to code people better one at a time. I can code their hope into a better system. You've got to let me do this. It's for the best. It's just a kid.
It's not just a kid. Listen, you can't manufacture the kind of hope that little girl just has naturally. Nothing in your programming is gonna equal the amount of happiness she has just from being a kid. So you need to just fucking go get a different hobby because you're a huge loser.
Give me a do anything check.
Okay, that was a 1. That's a 1.
I also got a 1. Okay, we both fail.
My speech is rambling and bad and I'm stuttering.
It also kind of makes you sad.
Yeah,
but this guy just bursts into tears.
I did have a different hobby. It was Warhammer, but I sucked at it. I can't paint the little guys. Eyes are hard. I just wanted everyone to like me by being cool.
You know what makes you cool?
No. Is it Warhammer?
I look at my fact sword.
Yep.
And I say, what makes people cool?
The fact sword was
a term expressed where temperatures are usually suboptimal, but not unpleasant.
Wow.
Alternatively, being cool is subjective. but frequently involves confidence, kindness, authenticity, and having a sweet hat.
I'm going to take the first answer and say cool is a matter of temperature, Matt. And what I've learned is a feels like temperature really does seem to matter a lot. So cool is defined by you, right? It doesn't matter if it says it's 97 degrees out. If you feel like it's 100, that's what matters. So if you feel like you're cool, you're cool.
Are you saying that I'm Becky Manton from ITV News? The one who decides the feels like temperature? That makes so much sense.
I personally hate her, but if that's what you need to use to understand, then yes, you are Becky.
Yeah. You know what? You really turned me around. Thanks, Margaret. I'm really glad you bought this company.
And then he sort of looks like he takes off a hat and he vanishes.
I own this company? Oh my god!
As he vanishes, and the little girl has sort of left through a glowing door, cheering, a goblin with a big butt manifests. And behold! I'm a goblin! Margaret, it's me, from before, in the first room.
I absolutely remember you.
Great!
I totally remember you.
Good news! It turns out Matt was the one causing all the problems the whole time. I'm not 100% what his scheme was, but it was bad. But now that he's gone, all the weird red stuff seems to be going. So that's nice. I'm a goblin.
Amazing. Wow. Can I get to Nicola and just congratulate her on a successful destruction of a dragon? Can you take me there? Your name is Brunch, I guess, is what your name tag says?
That's me. Brunch Marketing is my name.
Brunch Marketing?
Yep, that's my name. I'm a goblin. And sure, I can take you directly to her. Just take your hat off.
Oh, okay. And I take my hat off.
Okay, and as you do, for a moment, everything goes really bright white. And as we do that, I'm going to ask you another question, which is...
Yes.
You work a lot with satire. I think that's fair to say. First of all, how would you define satire?
It's a good question because you see stuff that is not satire and you know it's not satire.
But someone's written satire on it.
Yeah. To have satire, you must take something that is wrong and then have a take what's wrong about it and make fun of it. And you must have a take. Sometimes you see stuff online that says it's satire and is simply just regurgitating the bad thing that we all hate.
Right.
That is not satire.
I've seen a bunch of stand-up attempting satire. But what they're simply doing is having an opinion I agree with. And they get what Seth Meyers calls clapter instead of laughter. Where I'm like, people are like, I agree the shit out of that. But it's not funny. It's just facts.
Yes. You must have a take. And that can happen in two directions, right? Like someone can just regurgitate a racist opinion and be like, I was being satirical. I'm like, no, you weren't. You're just saying the thing.
Yeah.
Or whatever. It was a joke or whatever. I'm like, to have a joke, you must have a point of view, and your point of view can't be stupid.
Yeah, it's a point I make quite a lot. I teach improv. I've gone on about that in other episodes of this podcast. But the thing I say often is we don't do ironic racism, ironic sexism, ironic anything else. Because it's ironic, but it's still the thing.
Exactly, it's still a thing.
Yeah. So my follow-up to that is satire harder now, or is it just me, or is satire harder now? But it seems that the time politically we're in such a volatile, rapidly escalating landscape. Do you find that facts outpace satire? I guess is the question.
It's tough, right? Because part of the thing with satire is it maybe used to be enough to just be like, a politician lies. Our politicians are bad. But as you said, that is becoming so cartoonishly the case that Veep, that is stuff that is fully happening. So it is not enough just to have the take that something is bad. It's we need to be more specific. And each day those specifics actually become true, which is just what's hard about keeping up with satire. And I think too, living in America, watching Donald Trump satire for me is not interesting or fun because each day he will outdo the satire.
Yeah.
It is also when you get to a point where you're inundated with the real thing, making fun of the thing isn't as really cathartic because you're just I don't want to think about this thing.
Right.
That's it. Yeah, the idea that it becomes not cathartic. He said, desperately failing to find the opposite for catharsis in my head. That's interesting.
Exactly. That's the tough part about satire. So then it becomes, I think, just getting hyper specific about it. Like, Trump jokes are super, super fucking boring to me. No one wants to give him attention, and he's just like too evil of a person. So it becomes, what are the specifics of how we got here? And I think there are a lot of things you can still satirize around, like, why do parents in America like gravitate towards Fox News? Like, what is this? Like, get really granular about it. I think if you are trying to do satire specifically in America right now, have your particular take and your particular issue on a thing, because it's not enough just to say it's bad. It's like, it is bad. That's not like a hyperbolic take anymore. It's just true.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
No problem.
Let's round this off. You take off your hat. As you reach up around your head, it's not there, but you feel an object around your head. You lift that, and everything goes white. And after a couple of seconds, your eyes adjust. And you're in a really comfy chair in a super fancy office, and a lot of stuff comes flooding back memory-wise. You own this building. You own 51% of this company. It's yours. You built it from the ground up as an empowerment tool for kids. To offer them simulations. You're a brilliant person. And you take your helmet off, you make your way down to the lobby by sliding down a cool banister that you've designed to be very safe for doing that in a spiral down 7 floors. And you land in a superhero landing pose in front of this little girl who's wearing a cool badge and has a little crown on because she's done the thing she wanted to do.
Oh my God, congratulations!
She runs up and gives you a hug and goes, oh my God, you're Margaret Skip. I want to be just like you when I'm older.
Wait, is this not my daughter? It doesn't have to be.
It can be.
Maybe everyone in this simulation office I call are my kids, because I'm like, I care about your enrichment. So I go, wow, congratulations. I'm so glad you want to be like me and own 51% of a company. You should aim for 100, honestly. I don't know. I'm so proud of you. You did such a good job.
Oh, thank you so much. I just feel really good about who I am. And you did that. Thank you.
Thank you. You make me feel good about who I am.
And I like people good about who they are.
Wait, you're real?
Yeah, I'm like a real guy.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
You should feel good about that too.
I do.
Great. And I hope me talking about it so much doesn't imply that you shouldn't. I'm going to stop talking about it now because I don't want you to feel like it's special that you, like, oh, you're so brave for liking yourself.
No, full disclosure, until you said that, it hadn't really occurred to me. I'm a goblin.
No.
Good. Then we're in agreement.
Good.
And then there's a little group hug happens, and the camera pulls out, and the house band starts playing, and all the cast members come on stage and wave at the camera. Rekha, this was genuinely really fun, and by its nature, completely unpredictable. How did you find this? Was this entertaining? God, I hope it was.
It was so fun. Oh my God.
Thank God.
I actually really like doing Roll for Shoes because I like more role play than like crunchy rules. So doing it was really fun.
Good. No, I really like that about the system because it kind of, how do I put it? You shape the game as you go. I love systems that are like that. Before we let you run, are there any projects our listeners should know about? Anything? Where can we find more of your work?
So watch Digman on Comedy Central and Paramount Plus. Season 2 is already out.
If you're in the UK, that's Netflix.
Great. And then also I have a Kickstarter for an indie feature that I'm doing called Vidya's Guide to the Afterlife. You can find information about it at rekhamovie.com. And we made an incredible amount of funding for this movie, but we're always still looking for more backers and more supporters because movies just cost so much.
When will the Kickstarter end?
Well, it has already ended.
Okay.
But Kickstarter has now changed its rules where you can leave it open because so many times you'll post for 1 million years and then people don't find it till months later. So if you're still interested in backing it, you can. It's been such an incredible ride doing this. So please check it out. And please follow me on Patreon at patreon.com/Rekha L. Shankar.
I will. This has been an absolute treat. I'm so glad we got to do this.
So fun. I hope this is the vibe you wanted.
100% this is the vibe I wanted. Let's Roll is a production executive produced by Cary Morrison, and this series was sound designed and mixed by Ellie Ford. Worldbuilding was by Joshua MacGregor, scripting by Paul Foxcroft and Joshua MacGregor. It was hosted by me, Paul Foxcroft, and additional voices this episode were all done by Richard Stranks. Thanks for listening. We'll roll again next time.